Today is February 1. Of course, if you are from North Carolina, if you're from Greensboro, you for sure know what February 1 means. And as you can see, this is my shirt to represent it. But February 1 is commemorating the movement that the Greensboro Four did. Aggie Four, Auntie Four, however, whichever four you know them to be. But it is a pivotal and guess what? A celebratory moment for what was done and what history was made. History was made because four young men decided to take a stand and decided to be courageous. So this morning, what we are going to talk about, and I want you to tap in with me. What we're going to talk about is a simple check-in. We are also entering the second month of the year. We're entering the second month of the year. We've talked through some goals. We've worked through creating plans. We've talked about purpose. We've talked about a lot of things thus far. But I just want to simply check in to see where you are, what's going on, where are you at with achieving and accomplishing your goals that you had just for January? Or where are we at in our process? Have we started? Have we stopped? Are we still on the move? Are we still going? Where are you? I want you to do a self check-in with yourself just this morning to say, where am I? Where am I? Where are you? What next steps do you need to take? What supports do you need to help you on your journey? I'm a big proponent. I'm a big person on self-reflection and taking moments to reevaluate where I am and making sure that I'm on target. And if not, what do I need to evaluate? What do I need to change? And what next steps do I need to make? So as we talk about today's conversation, I want to encourage you that it takes courage. Say it with me. It takes courage. As I think about what happened, right, on this day, as we commemorate, right, the courageous acts of the Greensboro Four, the Auntie Four, we look at what it took to be courageous. Why were they courageous? And what happened because of their courage, right? We look at a lot of times that things are supposed to happen. Things do not naturally just happen in life without it taking work, it taking a step, and you actually doing something to do what? To get the ball rolling, right? When you look at it, it takes courage. And I say always, courage is the ability to be able to take a step and to do it boldly, even in the face of adversity, even when obstacles are present, and even when you do not know what is going to come of this. Courage, right? And so when you look at courage, a lot of times some of us sit back because we don't have that ability to be able to keep going, to push forward, and to be consistent and persistent in our pursuit of a thing. I want to encourage you and challenge you to change that today. Be courageous. It's going to take courage for you to accomplish that goal. It's going to take courage for you to apply for that job. It's going to take courage for you to apply for that loan for your mortgage. It's going to take courage for you to pay off your debt. Why? Because it's going to take you challenging your own personal adversity. We have our own adversity. Sometimes it's not the things that come in our lives. It's not barriers. It's not obstacles that come in place by other people. We are our own adversity sometimes. We're our own barrier, our own roadblock. You got to push past yourself and take courage. This is the second month of the year. Y'all know once we get past number 1, number 2, 3, it seems like they just keep coming. 2021 shot through here, right? And we look back and we say, what did I accomplish? What took place? I celebrate my victories. And I'm always big on that. Celebrate your victory. But what are you going to do courageous this month? What are you going to step out and say, I'm going to go for it. I'm going to take this step. Afraid, not afraid, I'm going to still go for it. Because I know that it aligns to my purpose, it aligns to my destiny, and it aligns to my promise. Remember, purpose is not just about you, but purpose opened up the opportunity for others. Right? So because you decided to walk in your purpose, you decided to be courageous enough to write the blog, to start the business, to get a life coach to help you unpack your goals. Because you decided to be courageous to what? Open the account. Because you decided to be courageous to get the LLC. Because you decided to be courageous to save money and pay off your debt. Wherever you are, because you decide to be courageous that whatever it takes, I'm going to get up every morning, I'm going to work out. Or every afternoon, I'm going to give it all I got. Because you decided to be courageous, guess what happens? Now opportunities come. Now new doors come that you can walk through. But you cannot experience the beauty that will come from being courageous if you decide not to take the step. If you decide not to do it. What would have happened if the Greensboro Four decided to continue to sit and allow injustice to be done, discrimination to take place, and to not be served at a lunch counter? What would have happened if they decided, I'm going to stay sitting here in our dorm room. We're just going to keep talking about it. We're just going to keep planning for it, but they never took action to do it. What would have happened if they never got the courage to do it? What if they never got the courage to challenge the laws and the policies that were in place that govern their decisions and their behaviors? What would have happened? We could have still been sitting here. We could have still been sitting here in discrimination. We could have still been sitting here not being able to be unified, not being able to still have the same opportunities as African Americans. We could have still been sitting here. And then guess what? The things that you have accomplished, the things that you have obtained in life, those wouldn't have been so. Because you'd have been limited your opportunity to certain things. So what would have happened if they did not take the courage to do it? So think about that. What will happen if I don't take the courage and if I don't take the next step? If I don't activate that courage in me to say, hey, I got to give it all I got. It's all or nothing. What will happen? The least that'll happen, right, is you say, oh, it just didn't work. But the great that'll happen is that you have a story from it. You have something to say that can be talked about because I did it, because I tried it. This is what I learned from it. And this is what came out of it. It takes courage. We sit back, we analyze, we plan. That's why as a life coach, I help you and I guide you in discovering your purpose, but I don't tell you what to do. Why? Because I want you to be courageous enough to make the next step, to empower yourself, to make the decision about what you know needs to be done. It takes courage. We're sitting back a lot on our abilities, our talents, and our purpose because we're not activating that courage to just go and do it and try it. Right? I'm scared that it's going to take me off track. I'm scared that I might fail. I'm scared that it won't work out. Everything can happen. You can walk out this house today and it just don't work out. Things don't go as planned. But you still keep going and you still make it through. You still come back home and you lay down and you wake up to see another day, even when it didn't happen. It takes courage. So ask yourself today, what is it that I'm going to do this month that's going to challenge me to be courageous? What is it that I'm going to do this month that's going to challenge me to take a step, the next step? It takes courage. It's not going to just happen. It's not going to just fall in your lap. It takes courage to challenge yourself, to push past your own adversity, to push past your own barriers, to say, I'm doing this for me. I'm taking this step for me. I'm going to make it happen, even if it's uncomfortable, even if I started off January a little shaky and rocky. It's okay. It takes courage to say, I'm going to keep going and I'm going to keep giving this month, this year, all I got. I'm not going to give up on certain things that I gave up on before. I'm not going to give in on certain mindsets. I'm going to be courageous enough to keep going. And even if I fail, even if I fall, I'm going to keep going. Nelson Mandela always say, I never lose. I either win or I learn. That's a courageous mindset. I take the step because I'm not going to lose. I'm just going to learn or either I'm going to win in this situation. But be courageous. Take this month as Black History Month. Look at all of our wonderful leaders, the civil rights leaders, those that took the step and was courageous enough to fight for freedom, right? To fight for our equality. Look at their lives as examples of what you can do to fight for yourself, fight for your family, fight for your purpose, fight for your destiny, fight for what you know is supposed to be yours and was rightfully yours. We're not settling. We're not sitting back, but we taking some courage. And we getting it all we got. We getting some boldness and we stepping out and we doing it. Look at your goals. Look at your resolutions. What did you allow to sit back? What did you allow to just go on? It is what it is. It didn't happen. No, you got to be courageous enough to pick it back up and to keep it going. You put that in place. You said what you was going to do this year. You said you was going to put these actions in place and you cannot bow down and buck down. You cannot settle. We're not doing that. We're going to be courageous enough to admit I didn't do what I was supposed to do. I didn't want to make the sacrifices. I got comfortable. But we're going to be courageous enough to admit that, okay, I did those things, but I got to get back going. All right? So it takes courage to go to the next level. It takes courage to ask for help. It takes courage to do the things that challenges you, that stretches you. But guess what? The courageous act that you take will be worth it in the long run and in the end. Because look what these 4 did, and look where we are now. All right, this is Cami C here, your impact coach, with your impact moment for today. Go get you some courage. Take courage today. Be bold in what you do. As I always say, make sure you do what? Touch your heart, love a life, and give somebody a smile. And at the end of the day, because you're going to choose to take some courage, and you're going to choose to keep pressing forward, and you're going to choose to step outside of your comfort zone. I want you to choose to make an impact. I love you. And I cannot wait to connect with you later. Holla, share it, like it, comment, make it an impactful day. Bye-bye.